Here we are this week in the great state of Minnesota, and I'm joined by a good friend of mine that I fish against in the National Walleye Tour. His name is Drake Hurd. He's the 2021 Angler of the Year on our tour, and we are in Alexandria, Minnesota area. This is kind of a gem of an area with all the lakes around here, and Ottertail and Detroit Lakes and Alexandria, and you grew up here, so you're going to kind of show me what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, we're spoiled that way for sure. We're going to go out. Some of the weeds are just kind of starting to turn green and brown. Fish some of these gin-keer lakes, hopefully catch them on, jigs, jigging spoons, maybe some glide baits, and see what happens. Should be a fun day regardless.
Well, let's get after it so we can show you guys the next bite.
Just looking for the next bite, next bite, just looking for the next bite.
The Alexandria area in northern Minnesota is loaded with Great Lakes to catch walleyes. Drake Hurd grew up in the area and knows them like the back of his hand. Putting two great professional walleye anglers in the boat together on lakes loaded with walleyes during the fall is a sure way to not only catch a ton of fish, but also learn a lot about clear water and how to target walleyes this time of year.
I want to talk to you a little bit about location that we're looking at. So when I think of fall, clear water lakes around central Minnesota here, I'm thinking a few things: green weeds, rocks, and then points and inside corners. Most of the time I'm looking for any green weeds that are left in the lake. The weeds are going to start to die off. A lot of them are brown, they're floating around and stuff. So if you can find any of those green weeds, that's your first key. Second thing I'm going to be looking for then is a point or an inside turn, something where those fish can push the bait fish up against those weeds or rocks, whatever it might be. So, and in this case, we fished more so points, when we were out catching these fish today. So one of those key things when you're looking, like I said, is green weeds, points or inside corners, and make sure that there's some deep water next to them, and you should have some success. JP, there's one.
There you go.
Oh, nice there.
Awesome. It's a walleye.
Perfect. Oh, I don't like him shaking like that.
We got him.
Oh, you can see him a long ways down there.
There we go.
Oh.
Nice one.
Yep.
That's beauty, Drake. Beauty.
Yep. Oh. See if I can get him here.
That'll
there
work.
There we go. Yeah, JP, that one ate it.
Yeah, I did.
We're gonna need the.
Oh, yeah. We choked that jig.
Yeah. That one wanted it.
That's how we want them to eat it.
If I can get him now.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, he's through the lips. There you go.
Got it.
Nice.
There's that. Beauty, you can't complain whatsoever about that.
There's nothing better than a good clear water walleye. The colors they have are just golden. And
yep.
Got a little growth on his fin there. I don't know what's going on, but he's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy, we're just kind of going along this, and every little bump out, there's just a few of them sitting there, and you cast at them, and one might not be active, but the ones that are active, like that one, just inhaled it. So we'll put this one back, and hopefully we just keep cooking along here.
This is awesome. Nice job.
Passing me around all the time.
Woo!
The next bite is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Schaefer's Specialized Lubricant. Putting equipment first. Nitro Boats. Performance Fishing Boats. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Berkeley. Your fish, our science. And Power Pole. Total Boat Control. Closed captioning for the next bite is provided by Whitewater. Built to brave the waves. With forward-facing sonar, the walleyes now have a hard time hiding from anglers. But the most important thing to note is you still have to convince them to bite. Different lures and baits are the obvious changes you can make, but sometimes even fishing line can affect how many bites you'll get on any given day.
Got him, JP.
All right, buddy. Got one. Trying to get a minnow.
Ready?
Oh yeah, they clear water, boy do they fight, don't they?
Yeah. I think this one just won't give up.
There he comes.
Got him.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Heck yeah.
Beaut.
Man, those are beautiful eater looking size fish.
Yep, got 'em.
They're just gorgeous eaters.
Yeah. Can't complain.
So what, tell me about the monofilament versus braid. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've been using braid, you're like straight mono.
Yeah, it's one of those things, you know, just some of the days, you know, I think that it just floats a little different than straight braid, you know. Obviously you have a leader on and stuff, but there's something to how it floats that sometimes it can trigger those bites.
A little slower,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
slower fall.
And I think, you know, it's just one of those things. And some days it doesn't matter, and other days it can just be the key to getting a few more bites.
Cold
you know?
water too, I think,
Yeah.
is a big thing for
Yeah.
monofilament.
I mean, the more natural you can get that minnow to look in the fall, I think the better off you're going to be. So
Sweet.
we'll get this one back and see if we can't get some more.
Awesome.
There's a few different options out there for line that I like to use in certain situations here in the fall. First being a mono or fluorocarbon 6 or 8 pound. I think it lets the baits become more natural looking. It's not as aggressive, so those fish really feel like it's natural and they want to eat it. It gives you some stretch, so if you do feel that bite, you don't have to necessarily set it. You can make sure that fish is there. So that's your one option. It's a great option. The second option being braid. You know, a lot of times once you get the school fired up, or if they're super active, braid is the way to go. You can really snap those baits, get the reaction bite, and you can even do that with when you're pitching a jig. You know, it just gives it a different action. So when you're out there in the fall or spring, wherever it may be, make sure to think about that, not necessarily just using braid or just using mono. Think about those few different options when you're catching more walleyes. Got them?
I got him.
Thanks, work. I'll grab the net. Right over here, you think?
Here he comes.
Oh,
Get him.
Oh.
That's a good one. Nice. And he's off. Of course.
Beauty.
Nice fish, huh?
Yeah. Can't complain whatsoever there.
Another 20-incher. There he goes. Nice. Skinny one, but
Yeah.
he's long. He's probably 21-incher. He looks like he's beat up a little bit, but God,
Still
this is
can't
fun.
complain.
I mean, how do you beat this? Just sitting out here in a perfect 60-degree fall day, and
Yeah, light wind.
catching walleyes like this. It's crazy.
It's gonna be awesome. It'll be pretty beaut.
We can do this all day, but deer season's coming pretty quick.
Yeah.
Let's let her go.
Yep.
Come here, girl. You get her? Oh yeah. There she goes.
Total Control, presented by Power Pole. 20 years of trust evolved from Total Boat Control.
When it comes to your electronics unit, especially like these HGS units I have here. One of the most simple ones to me that I like to change is this menu here on the side. With the way they come from the factory is this menu will stay here all the time, but at the end of the day we don't need to use it all the time, and why not add that 1.5 inch of screen here on the right when we're not using that. And it's a very easy way to go into your settings and change this, and simply the pages button is one of the very fast ways to go into settings. The gear on the top left, we're in system, we're going to go all the way down to advanced. After we get in advanced, the second one down is user interface. And about 3 down is auto hide menu. And when I turn this on, what's gonna happen is this menu tab here on the side is gonna go away after 15 seconds, basically expanding my screen another 1.5 inches or so, but maximizing my full screen. It's still gonna allow me to have the menu tab up in the upper right-hand corner. And if I wanna bring down the full size menu, all I simply have to do is hit this menu button. You can see here it already slid away, maximizing my screen size for my sonar, my GPS, and when I simply want to go back to menu and see those options, I hit the menu tab and it drops down and it'll start the process over again. But at the end of the day, you paid for a 12-inch screen, why not get all of it instead of having a menu tab that sits idle for a long time?
That one's big too.
There,
You got him. I got the net.
big one. Oh yeah, look at him.
He ain't moving. You got about
I
12.
see him, he's big. Ooh, that's a big one.
Ready?
Hang on. Get him, Drake. That is all. Look at the size of that thing.
Yes, buddy.
Off in the net, like. That's
That
a
one had
tone,
me
man.
shaking. It wouldn't come up off bottom.
I know. We were watching them on the live scope and I'm like, those are big. Holy cats. Oh my God, Drake. Look at this thing. A mean old natural lake, clean water walleye.
Beautiful colors.
Holy cow, man. Look at that one.
That's a tank, dude. That was so awesome.
Oh,
It was crazy. We threw like our jigs at him. We kind of threw everything at him, and then finally JP grabbed the glide bait, and 2 casts later he got it fired up. And
that was the key to get them fired up.
Yeah.
They weren't doing anything. When I jerked on that thing, they started moving, and there's the result.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
that's awesome. You set the hook, and I'm like, oh boy, that's
Good
the one.
one.
Yeah.
Real good one. Look at that thing.
Awesome. Well,
There's more down there.
let's get them.
Let's get 'em. So the baits that we like to use when we're fishing a natural lake like this that are super clear, and we all have these lakes all over the Midwest that are gin clear. You know, it's kind of intimidating at times to actually pull up to a lake like that and to have the confidence to catch fish. So a couple things that we like to do to have more success. Standby baits, of course, jigging a minnow, okay? Jigging a leech, jigging a crawler. But we're here in the fall this time of year, so we're concentrating more on minnows. Color-wise, it really doesn't matter, but I like to stay more natural. You know, you're playing lead heads, your black, your blues, your purples in this gin clear water. Whenever we locate fish on a live scope or any type of forward imaging, if those fish are not reacting to a bait when we cast it out there, the next thing we do before we leave is to try and fire them up with some type of glide bait. Jigging wraps, of course, and any kind of glide bait, Johnny darters, shiver minnows, all those work. I once again keep them in a clear water pattern, something more natural. Try and get those fish to trigger, to get them active, to get them chasing things. That's how you get a school fired up. Of course, you got to keep your distance when you're trying to catch these fish. This is not a time or place when you want to drop vertical on top of them. If you can get them out there a long ways, see them on forward imaging, make long casts. Generally, we like to target them at about 60 to 70 feet is when we start casting to them, and stay off of them. That's how you're going to have more success on the water in the fall. So keep that in mind. Number one, use just plain jigs and minnows. Can't get them fired up with that, don't leave before firing up a little glide bait action, and you should have some more success chasing them in the fall. I got her, Drake. Yeah, this is a big one.
Got him?
This is a giant one too. Oh, he's right here, Drake.
Okay, coming. got him.
Another giant. Oh, look at these fish.
Dude, nice job.
Oh,
That
huge.
That is a tank, man.
You're breathing heavy.
It's heavy to lift.
Oh,
Can't imagine hooking them.
the heads on these things.
Get
Stuck in
that
the
there.
tube.
Yeah.
Dude, look at these things.
That is a tank.
And then I jigged it once, I jigged it twice, he pinned it to the bottom, and bang.
So awesome,
So
man.
much fun, isn't it? I'm excited to catch more. I can get my hand out of her mouth. Oh, look at that thing.
The next bite is brought to you by Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Schaefer's Specialized Lubricant. Putting equipment first. Nitro Boats. Performance Fishing Boats. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Berkeley. Your fish, our science. Lowrance. The ultimate fishing system. And Power Pole. Total boat control. Hot topics, leading information and tackling techniques to make you a better angler. Presented by Mercury.
So throughout the course of the season, I find myself in a lot of situations where I have to run across shallow flats, or more importantly, I'm looking at a long idle to get out of a shallow area. So what I like to do is I like to figure out exactly what the distance is from the water line of the boat to the bottom of the skeg, and that tells me how much water I actually need. But one thing that you need to take note of are our transducers are on the bottom of the boat. So you have to subtract that area from the water line to the bottom of the boat to figure out exactly what you need to be able to plane off. In the example of the Triton 206, I know that I need roughly 28 inches of water or so to plane off, but there's one little trick that I've learned that will help you plane off in a lot shallower water and also help you stay up on plane while you're running through the shallow water, and that's utilizing a combination of your trim tabs and your hydraulic jack plates. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that my jack plate is all the way up. I'm gonna lower my trim tabs all the way down. I'll let those things settle out, they're down. And now I'm gonna check what's in front of me. I'm gonna turn the engine all the way to the left. And by doing this, it's gonna cause the boat to roll as I accelerate.
Fishing in Drake's backyard on Clearwater Lakes has proven to be a good choice for the fall bite. Targeting points and inside turns along break lines where fish are concentrated provides ample opportunity to convince walleyes to bite.
When we're out here dealing with cooler conditions in the fall like we are, you got cold mornings, damp mornings, the midday might get a little warmer, but you're out in the evening, it gets cold again. We always need to layer up and put on a bunch of different jackets and take them off. This is the Whitewater Heated Torque Vest. This thing is like heaven when you actually put it on because it has the battery built right in the pocket. This button right here turns it on and has 3 settings. It's a low, medium, and high. And with the battery that I'm running in it, I can run it on medium all day long. I don't have to worry about the battery going dead. Not only can you use it fishing, but it's versatile in anything you do, from deer hunting to going to the fall football games. It's very lightweight, very comfortable to wear. You don't have to layer up with 4 different jackets anymore.
Being comfortable while fishing is one of the most important things you can do. The more comfortable you are, the longer you can stay on the water and concentrate on fishing.
Oh, he dropped it. Oh, he came back. He grabbed it. Got him.
That looks like a good one too.
Yep. Probably one of the better ones of the day.
All right. Nice fish.
Man,
Look at them things fight.
They just don't give
come
up. There, we got him.
Nice.
There.
Beauty. He's off in the net.
Lucky. Right in the net.
Holy cats, man. Oh,
complain
what a
about
deal,
that.
huh?
Grab away.
You want me to grab your fish?
I'll let you hold it this time.
I mean, like this time of day, this is the perfect time. I mean, in the fall, you know, I gotta say thanks for bringing me out here. This is, what lake are we on?
Lake Carlos.
Lake Carlos. This is
Grew up, born and raised on it.
Born
it's
and raised,
One
yeah.
of my funnest. One of the more fun.
There's so many lakes around this area. It's just
Yeah, we get spoiled
endless,
for sure.
Endless area. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Anytime you guys want to come, you're more than welcome.
Well,
that's
I
for sure.
appreciate it, buddy.
Not a problem.
We'll let her go and call her a day.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Whoa. Beauties. See you later, girlfriend. That's old age right there.
I set the hook and this finger curled right around it. All right, what are we doing again here? Oh, darn it. That one I was just jiggling and popped it.
Long hair, don't care.
It'd just be nice if they'd turn on right during the middle of the day and we'd whack. I thought I was looking at that one in here.
Still after you. Oh, he's swimming away.
Are we gonna act like this is fall or?
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, okay, all right. Fine, no, I
Long
just,
ways.
how does Ginger like? Option when you're, remember when you and Jake
Yeah, you're still
had
your
minnows on
there.
from the championship?
In the bedroom.
They're dried rock hard. What we kind of used here is two different I actually know what I was going to say there. One being a fluorocarbon or a mono straight. Sorry, I'll start that.